Are you tired of hearing your doctor say it's just stress or just eat more fiber, even though your pain, bloating, and bathroom problems never go away? If that sounds familiar, I want you to know something important. It's not in your head. It might be irritable bowel syndrome, IBS, and today we're finally cutting through the confusion. In this video, I'll break down exactly what IBS is, the 3 different types, and why knowing your type is the first step toward getting your life and comfort back. Let's make this simple and finally understandable. So, what is IBS? IBS is a chronic, functional gastrointestinal disorder. And that word, functional, is the key. It means there's a problem with how your gut works, not a visible disease like Crohn's or ulcerative colitis. Your large intestine might look normal during tests, but it doesn't behave normally. And that can be incredibly frustrating. Much of this comes from what we call the brain-gut axis. Basically, your brain and gut are always talking to each other. In IBS, the messages get scrambled. Those scrambled signals can create hypersensitivity, meaning normal sensations feel painful, motility issues, meaning your gut moves too fast or too slow. This is why 2 people with IBS can have completely different symptoms. Now here's something most people don't realize. IBS isn't one condition. It comes in 3 main types, and each one needs a different approach. 1. IBS-C, constipation predominant, clear. This type is all about slow gut movement, hard, lumpy stools, infrequent bathroom trips, straining, feeling stuck. If this is you, hydration is your best friend. Most people with IBS-C simply don't drink enough water for their gut to function smoothly. 2. IBS-D, diarrhea predominant, steady. On the opposite end, IBS-D moves way too fast. Frequent loose stools, urgency, and sometimes that terrifying feeling of I need a bathroom now. And this can really impact your social life. Skipping plans, avoiding restaurants, always scanning for exits. You're not alone in that. 3. IBS-M, mixed type, and then there's the trickiest one, IBS-M. You alternate. Sometimes you're constipated, sometimes you have diarrhea. A week blocked up, then a week of rushing to the bathroom. For IBS-M, the best tool is a food diary. Tracking your patterns helps identify triggers and keeps your care consistent. Here's the part that might surprise you. IBS affects up to 1 in 10 people worldwide. But even though it's so common, it's often dismissed, minimized, or misunderstood. And the impact is more than physical. There's the anxiety of eating out, the stress of not knowing how your day will go, the embarrassment when symptoms hit at the worst time, and the constant fatigue that people rarely talk about. What you're dealing with is real, and it deserves real attention. Now let's talk about stress, because it plays a huge role, but not in the way you've been told. Stress doesn't cause IBS, but it absolutely supercharges the symptoms. When you're stressed, your brain releases cortisol, and through the vagus nerve, it changes how your gut moves. Too fast, too slow, too sensitive. And then the cycle begins. Stress worsens IBS. IBS causes more stress, and round it goes. But the good news is, this cycle can be broken. In the next video, we'll dive into simple, effective stress management tools you can use immediately. So here's what we covered. IBS is a functional disorder of the large intestine. It comes in 3 types, C, D, and M, and knowing your type is the first step toward taking control of your health. And everything we discussed today, plus the essential next steps on diagnosis, symptom tracking, and the complete low FODMAP diet plan, is laid out clearly in the ultimate IBS book for beginners. If you're ready to stop guessing, stop suffering, and start understanding your body, click the link in the description to get your copy today. Don't spend another day confused and in pain. You deserve clarity and real solutions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.